Boy, oh boy. Jesse, when is he ever going to learn? You go from thinking that he's finally, come to his senses to he's an idiot with one episode once again. Um, a very strong episode of Breaking Bad tonight. I thought not a lot happened in terms of plot development. Didn't advance the plot too much. I mean, there's some crucial things that happen, but it's setting up the final two episodes, which look to be Jesse being an idiot once again. But I don't want to sound like a broken record every week saying great episode. I mean, it's Breaking Bad. Every episode has been pretty good so far, so you know they're gonna be good. So I'll just talk about a couple things I liked in the episode. I liked Hank in the hospital when his wife Marie, I think her name is, I forgot. His wife is like, pain is weakness leaving your body. He goes, pain is my foot in your ass. I like that. I liked. I think it's playing on the TV again right now in the background. Walt, and it's probably one of my favorite scenes in the episode. Walt and Skyler at dinner, where he's just acting like a normal dad, and you can see like his like normal dorky father side coming through again. But as soon as Walter Jr. gets up to go to his room, they tell him to leave. Like he just turns and looks at her, and he's just like, and then they go into like their adult criminal discussions. It's just a cool to see like that dichotomy come back, at least for one scene. Uh, what else did I like? I liked I liked all the stuff with Jesse in this episode. I liked the part in the beginning where they did the flashback with him and his girlfriend and her putting the cigarette with the lipstick on it in his ashtray, which he's still keeping. Like he remembers that conversation they were having, obviously, when she smoked that cigarette, and he keeps it there. I like that. I think the whole thing with him and his boys selling meth to people at rehab is kind of ridiculous. I know there's people that do that, but it seems a little too loud, like too loud of a way to sell your shit if you're trying to be smart about it. Which I guess it's Jesse, so whatever. But I like that his buddies were getting clean. That was cool. And I like that he met this girl and he was thinking about selling to her, but once he saw her kid, he completely changed his mind about that. So you're like, man, Jesse's coming around. And then, big shocker, her kid, I think, it was hard to hear what they were saying. It was really quiet, but I think her kid was the one that killed his boy back in season two or season one. His boy that got shot on that street. Um, he finds that out, and that, like, sets Jesse off, I think. Like, he goes out. That was the final scene of the episode, and it had this really creepy music playing. He's like staking the place out. He goes and buys some meth from the kid that shot his boy, and he sees the dealers. He's like scoping things out, and you see in the previews for like the next episode, he wants to go kill these fuckers, which is just stupid. There's no point in getting revenge. Let it go. You're gonna bring, not you're trying to avoid bringing heat on yourself. Killing people doesn't help. You gotta be smart. You gotta be like Gustavo. Gustavo. Probably my biggest complaint about the episode was there was no Gustavo, but then he was at the end. He was in it, so not no real big complaint about the episode. Just not a lot happened, but I enjoyed what did happen. The final scene with Gustavo, he says, "Never make the same mistake twice." That would have been a better name for the episode, or you could have called it Central Avenue, or you could have called it, I don't know. You could have called it any. You could have called it. They should have called it the Danny, or I'll be the Danny. That would have been a good name for the episode. Instead, it's called Abiquiu, I think, which is like a city in New Mexico. What kind of name is that? I had to look it up to figure out what it was. I thought maybe it was the stew Gustavo made for Walt. But yeah, that was an interesting scene near the end. The scene before Jesse going and scoping out the drug dealers. You have, I think, It seems pretty obvious to me. I don't know what else he would be talking about. Like, Gustavo invites Walt to this fancy dinner at his house. I liked Gustavo's house too because it was like this. It's a nice house on the outside, but it looked kind of modest. You go inside, he has the mother of all kitchens. It's pretty awesome. But Gustavo goes through this whole gesture of inviting him over and everything to, in his Gustavo way, warn him to get rid of Jesse because he doesn't trust Jesse. He thinks Jesse is a mistake. I think he's given Walter just enough rope to hang himself. He's given him a little bit of leeway, but I think in the next episodes when Jesse tries to go after these drug dealers, Gustavo ain't gonna have it. Gustavo don't play. If you're gonna go after drug dealers, he's gonna wipe out like some top guys. He ain't gonna have people just killing people on the street. I like that. Like uh, Skyler knew about bookkeeping, which makes sense. She's a bookkeeper, but she knew about money laundering and she wants to get involved in the business. And Walter's basically corrupted her. I liked like everything in this episode. I liked every story thread that went through it. Although I wish they would stop selling at the stupid rehab place, which I think they are going to drop that. I wish Jesse would just stop being a dumbass, but then I guess there wouldn't be as much drama. But anyways, I don't want to ramble on. I go on too long on these things sometimes. Another solid episode. I really liked it. I The next 2 weeks are going to be awesome. It's going to suck having to wait 7 days between these last two episodes, but at least there's still something good on TV worth watching, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out some of my other videos. I've been doing some other stuff lately too.